You told him, your husband, that this was not his child?
Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to hurt him. He left me to go be with another woman, and I was trying to hurt him like he hurted me.
Armed with bizarre, toe-crossing proof, will this monster-in-law actually debunk her grandbaby, or is she just completely unhinged?
You say the defendant is taking advantage of your son by pinning a baby on him, and you have physical proof that her 2-year-old daughter, Skyla, is not your grandchild.
She don't have the toes like my son.
Yes,
his
she
toes
does.
cross,
Yes,
his
she
big
does.
toe is here and his toe next
They
to big toe.
overlap.
It crawls over like that, and I have proof, Your Honor, that is not baby because her toes don't do that.
Queen DNA tried to stop her son's wedding with a dramatic chase. Did the couple escape her clutches and actually manage to say, I do?
Okay, Your
Where
Honor.
I'm from, they call me Queen DNA. So until I get a DNA test to prove that's my grandbaby, so I got out of my bed and I started walking down the street. Someone called me and told me.
Your son didn't tell you?
No.
No, he didn't tell me. He didn't want me to know, because he know I would have stopped.
Stop.
I got up, I got dressed, and I started walking up the street, and a friend seen me walking, and she said, where are you going? And I said, to stop this wedding.
Kicked out of the hospital for screaming, it's not my grandbaby, during Ms. Martin's false labor. Further chaos will this grandma unleash next?
She told me that she was pregnant, and I told her she was not, because my son had been gone for a while, and he came back, and I went to the hospital where she was. I was put at the hospital because I told her
She was
if they did, they
saying
was
that he
going to put
wasn't
me
the
out.
father.
So, well, my son is not your baby father.
Yes,
Once you came in, you were in pain. What happens, Miss Martin?
they put her out.
Can grandma's ironclad proof of uncrossed toes and missing family eyebrows actually convince a court? Or is she just inventing wild genetic theories on the fly?
You said that's not my grandchild instantly.
Yes. She don't have the toes like my son.
Yes,
His
she
toes
does.
cross,
Yes, she
his big
does.
toe is here and his toe next
They
to big toe.
overlap.
It crawls over like that, and I have proof, Your Honor, that that is not baby because her toes don't do that. Eyebrows that me and my son and my daughter have.
She's
So
two.
I know
They
that's
haven't
not my
grew
son's
yet.
baby.
I mean, they grew.
All right.
Baby's supposed to come out with full-blown eyebrows.
With Grandma Autry charging $50 a week for babysitting, DNA pending, of course. Will baby Skyla ever actually get the coveted family discount, or is she out of luck?
Your Honor, if they go to the
No, they
club, they
don't.
got to pay to get in the club, they got to pay for their drink, they got to pay to park, so they're going to
But
pay
that's
me to
not
babysit.
why. That's not why. That's on the weekend. I asked her during the week so that I could work.
If I get a DNA
Yes, she
test,
did.
you know, should I give you a discount of $50 a week that I will watch her?
But why do I have to?
Wait, you said, Miss Autry, you gonna give her $60 a week?
Yes, ma'am.
When Ms. Autry's own daughter testifies that baby Skyla is her beloved niece, will this shocking family feud explode right there in the courtroom?
Miss Cooper, you are Miss Autry's daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Look at her eyebrows.
Look how old she is, though. My daughter's 2 years old. She's 30. So there's a big difference there.
So do you believe this beautiful baby Skyla is your niece?
She is my brother baby. I was there when she was born. That's my baby.
Ms. Martin confessed she lied to her husband about paternity out of pure spite. What other bombshell secrets could she be hiding that might destroy everything?
You told him, your husband, that this was not his child?
Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to hurt him. He left me to go be with another woman, and I was trying to hurt him like he hurted me.
After Ms. Martin admits she slept with Mr. Gott, he dramatically struts into court claiming he is Skyla's father. Is this the shocking truth or just another lie?
Did you sleep with another man?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did.
Prior to him coming back into my life, yes. August 2013, and he came back into my life in 2014, June.
And she was already pregnant.
Is there any chance that man could be Skyla's biological father?
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
The other potential dad is her own sister-in-law's ex-boyfriend. Just how much more twisted can this accidental family tree possibly get before someone snaps?
Miss Cooper, this is your ex-boyfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
That was a mistake, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Martin, you slept with your sister-in-law's boyfriend?
Yes,
Now
Your
who
Honor.
crazy, Your Honor?
As Ms. Martin desperately begs for help with her kids, Queen DNA coldly refuses any support. Is this young mom about to face it all completely abandoned?
I need help, Your Honor.
You say you need help.
I need help with my kids.
Don't look this way, because I'm not happy because she's not mine. The rest of them. But if I got to babysit,
That's
I
not
still
true.
got to get paid.
That's not true.
I'm not in no free daycare.
The DNA results are in for baby Skyla after all the chaos. Will Queen DNA's wild toe theories be vindicated, or is her son actually the father?
The biological father is Mr. Martin.
I'll take that for 200, Your Honor. Told you.
Mr. Hughes, what is your side of this? Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, so
She's not just doubting. Grandma McBirth is suing Ms. Jackson for $1,000, claiming defamation because baby Elijah is just too white to be her grandkid.
Ms. McBirth, you petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove your son, Kakitho Hughes, is not the father of Miss Jackson's 2-year-old son, Elijah Jackson. Furthermore, you're suing Miss Jackson for $1,000 for defamation of character because you claim she posted comments on social media.
Ms. McBirth unleashes her creative nicknames for Ms. Jackson, Trouble with a capital T, and the unforgettable Trash, Trouble, and Trifler. But will these names stick, or just her foot in her mouth?
This woman is trouble. She is trouble with a capital T. She, as a matter of fact, I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is.
Grandma's core argument, baby Elijah is white as snow, powder puff skin, and no chocolate nowhere. Can this color theory actually sway Judge Lake, or is it just pure nonsense?
And you say the child looks nothing like your son.
That baby white as snow. There's no way that could be my grandchild or my son's baby. He has no features like none of us. Because he all the white. He ain't got no black in him. Everything I see, powder puff on it. I don't see no chocolate nowhere, okay?
No, ma'am.
Auntie Terrell jumps into the fray, calling Ms. Jackson a vampire and just a snack cake on the side. With family like this, who needs a courtroom brawl?
She's never was a girlfriend. You are a vampire. You are just a fly-by-night. We didn't know anything about you. He's been in a relationship for 10 years.
In 10 years,
Babies
He's been
by
in a relationship
another
for 2
woman,
years,
and
for 10
those
years.
are my grandchildren.
All she basically was for him was a snack cake on the side of his meal.
Thank
there was
you.
nothing more.
Thank you.
All she has done is she's been trying to put the baby on us.
When Grandma McBirth first saw baby Elijah at the doctor's, she just glanced at the little white baby and walked away. Did this cold shoulder seal the family feud forever?
Thing about
She
her
tried to push that baby on. That ain't mine.
Listen.
I didn't sleep with her. She wants me to acknowledge that child is my son. That's not gonna happen.
No, I think she's more so upset.
I seen him at the doctor's office where I was taking his real children to the doctor, and it was a newborn, and I walked past them, and I kind of glanced over there, and I saw the white baby. I knew it wasn't mine, and I ain't had nothing else to say or do about it since then.
Auntie Terrell accuses Ms. Jackson of a police-busted wild kinky party just last week, even serenading the court with, "There's a hoe in this house." Will Ms. Jackson recover from this musical takedown?
She's a liar because you just had a wild sex party that got shut down by the police station last week.
Hello?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
That
you
is
did.
not
Yes,
true.
you did. Yes, you
There's
did.
some hoes in this
That
house.
is not true.
It is true because why is your neighbors complaining about the sex that goes on in your
There was
household?
no sex
Yes.
going on.
Grandma McBirth admits her own son is just as trifling as Ms. Jackson, but gets a pass because he's still gonna be my son. Will this blatant double standard explode in her face?
Miss McBirth, I have to ask you, you're very tough on Miss Jack. Do you have anything to say about your son's behavior?
My son has, I know exactly what type of person he is. He's just as trifling as she is. He's a handsome guy. He's my son, and I know what he do.
Plot twist. Mr. Hughes, the alleged dad, finally pipes up that he's biracial because his own father is white. Could this simple fact dismantle Grandma's entire too-white argument?
Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, so.
Grandma's back with more science. Her grandbabies don't have nose bridges, but Elijah does. Will this nose bridge theory be the key to cracking the case wide open?
All my grandbabies don't have a bridge on their nose. That little boy got a bridge. My grandchildren all look alike. Every last one.
All his kids, all his
So
kids look
wait,
like.
we're looking at the bridge of the nose.
Right.
And you're saying none of those match.
None of those
He has-
match.
Drama. Elijah apparently calls other men daddy. Ms. Jackson says he just gets confused by light-skinned men in hats. Is this a baby's innocent mistake or something far more telling?
It was about a month ago. I was coming home from work and I heard her tell another guy who was out in the parking lot. She told him, she said, "Cash, come on with daddy. Come with daddy."
I've heard him call other dudes daddy, though.
Woo!
Makes it hard on herself, basically, because she caused a lot of doubts in the situation.
Were you having your son Elijah call someone else daddy?
No, ma'am.
The DNA results for two-white baby, Elijah, are finally here. After all the color commentary and wild family theories, is Mr. Hughes the father or not?
And whether Mr. Hughes is the father, Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father.
No! That's a lie! That's a lie!
Being that she was born within the marriage, you were presumed to be her father. There's a presumption of.
That's the reason
birth
why I
certificate.
married her, because I thought she was pregnant with my child.
Mr. Rash spills his wife's shocking history. Craigslist rendezvous, a romp with 5 brothers from one family, and another man's name tattooed on her body.
Mr. Rash, you are here today seeking the results of paternity tests for your 2 children. You claim your wife, Ms. Fuentes, has cheated on you repeatedly. You say she once left you for another man, slept with 5 brothers from the same family, and even had the name of another guy tattooed on her body.
Ms. Fuentes coolly admits her rampant cheating, declaring Mr. Rash was never really her type, and she was never truly in love with him despite marriage.
Now, Ms. Fuentes, you don't deny you've cheated over the years, but you claim your husband was never really your type.
Correct.
And though you love him, you've never really been in love with him.
Yes, ma'am.
At a family 4th of July picnic, Ms. Fuentes admits she had an intimate relation with Chuck, Mr. Judd, while his own brother, her ex, was in prison.
A 4th of July picnic, would you like to come over? I said yes. I went over there and my ex-boyfriend, which is one of her sons, he was actually in prison at the time. And we were having a good time, and I will admit, me and her son, Chuck, we had a sexual relation.
Enter Mrs. Judd, matriarch to 10 kids, including those 5 brothers, who sagely advises that if her boys didn't take their turns, this wouldn't happen.
Ms. Fuentes had sex with pretty much all your sons.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Oh, how many you got?
I got 10.
Ooh, all boys?
I got 3 girls.
Ooh, it's just like my grandmother, 7 and 3.
I got
All right.
30 dozen.
So she had sex with several of your sons.
Mr. Rash confesses he only married Ms. Fuentes because he truly believed their youngest child, Gabriella, was his. Was this entire marriage built on a devastating lie?
Being that she was born within the marriage, you were presumed to be her father. There's a presumption of paternity. You signed
That's the reason
birth
why I
certificate.
married her, because I'm pregnant with my child.
After all her betrayals, Mr. Rash declares he still wants the kids to be his, but is finally done with her. Ms. Fuentes dramatically yells, "Thank God!"
Just want my kids to be mine, and I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing.
Do you still want a relationship with Ms. Fuentes?
You know what? In light of all this, no. I mean, like, I don't even care anymore.
The first DNA results are in for 1-year-old Christina. Judge Lake is about to reveal if Mr. Rash is her father or if the doubt starts here.
Comes to 1-year-old Christina. Mr. Rash, you are her father.
Now for the main event, 2-year-old Gabriella. The child Mr. Rash married Ms. Fuentes over. Is he her biological father, or is it actually one of those 5 brothers?
When it comes to 2-year-old Gabriella, Mr. Judd, you are the father.
Oh my God.
The DNA results concerning Mr. Judd and Mr. Rash for Gabriella are being opened. Judge Lake prepares to announce which of these men is her true father. Mr. Rash absolutely explodes with grief and rage at the stunning paternity reveal for Gabriella, screaming, "I'll never forgive you for that," at Ms. Fuentes.
I'll
Why are
never
you
forgive
crying?
you for that. I'll never forgive you for that. Never.
She deserves to know.
No,
It
she
ain't about
don't
being
deserve
you.
to know.
Yes, she does.
You lied to her, and you lied to me. I'll never forgive you. Never.
It has been brought to this court's attention that there are pictures of you with Caitlin where you put in a caption that this is me and my baby Kate, where you are referring to this little girl as your daughter.
Yes.
Do you believe Caitlin is your daughter?
Yes, that's my baby.
Mr. Jordan says Ms. Heim totally tricked him into signing the birth certificate, even lying that the other guy already took a DNA test that was negative.
You claim the defendant tricked you into signing her daughter's birth certificate and being a daddy. But 2 years later, you were told that another man is her biological father. You opened your case because you want DNA proof you are not the father.
That the other guy had done got a paternity test on Caitlin, because she told me, oh, he already got one, and you know what I'm saying? That's why I know it's just you.
Ms. Heim admits she slept with another man one time, right when the baby could have been made, but magically just knows Mr. Jordan is the father.
He's a great father, and I only had sex with one man when we were together, and I had sex with him one time, but we've been messing around for 7 years, and I never became pregnant. I met Chris, and all of a sudden I came pregnant. But I know that Chris is the father.
But how if you had sex with the other guy?
He's the I just know that he's the father.
The truth bomb dropped when a relative, mid-argument, blurted out to Mr. Jordan, "Why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?" Imagine that shocker.
This is where it goes wrong. Her and the family member gets into like an altercation or whatnot, like an argument. It wasn't even an altercation, it was an argument. And it was like they started like throwing dirt on each other, you know what I mean? So she said something about this family member's in front of this family member's boyfriend or whatever. So the family member turned around and was like, well, why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?
Then came the damning photos of the other guy, Santavius Knight, cuddling baby Caitlin, and his bold social media post, "Me and my baby Kate."
You can say whatever, but as she was saying it, she pulls out the phone and she started showing me I could pull it up. I ain't gotta lie. Tells me.
My family
and I'm like,
that jealous because Chris was a good person.
Pictures of the other guy and my daughter.
So this is another one posted up, and this is from Santavius Knight, and it reads, "Me and my baby Kate."
Surprise guest. The other potential dad, Mr. Knight, confidently struts into the courtroom, ready to declare that he believes little Caitlin is his baby.
It has been brought to this court's attention that there are pictures of you with Caitlin where you put in a caption that this is me and my baby Kate, where you are referring to this little girl as your daughter.
Yes.
Do you believe Caitlin is your daughter?
Yes, that's my baby.
Mr. Knight unleashes another bombshell. Ms. Heim allegedly told him, "It's not Chris, you touch me and I get pregnant," and even promised to fix the birth certificate.
She told me that it was my baby. She said, I'm pregnant. I said, what you telling me for? She said, cause it's young. Telling me I love you when you get home. I let somebody else sign the birth certificate. I'm gonna fix it when you get home. Did it in third. I'm like, okay, say no more.
She let somebody sign the birth certificate, but she's gonna fix it when you get home.
Yeah.
No.
Busted again. Both Mr. Jordan and Mr. Knight reveal Ms. Heim tried to get them each to come over to her house just a month ago, cause her new dude tripping.
So you're still having conversations with him after Caitlin's born?
Family members.
Through your family members?
That's a lie. They try to get me to come over a month ago. They try to get me to come smash that a month ago. Come on, stop lying.
You said she just tried to get you to come over a month ago?
Told me that
Yes,
same
Mr.
thing too, Your Honor.
How I know
A
what
month
to
ago.
say?
Hey, I need somebody to come over here and stay with me because you know my new dude and yada yada yada.
Exactly.
Now, for real.
After Judge Lake calls out her constant smirking and blatant lies, Ms. Heim finally cracks, tearfully admitting she didn't grow up with her own dad.
What is the smirk? What's behind your eyes? What are you feeling? Why? Did you grow up with your dad? You just fine. I wasn't gonna let you stand up here and have a smirk on your face like this was a game. Because you're the mother of a beautiful little girl, and you know she deserves more, and now I know why you know she deserves more, because you also deserved more and you didn't get it.
With Ms. Heim finally admitting she has no clue, the actual DNA test results for little Caitlin are about to be read by Judge Lake.
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Jordan. 23-month-old Robin Benning. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
Mr. Benning poured his heart out, dreaming of a daughter to honor his late mother. Will 2-year-old Robin be the answer to his prayers or the start of his nightmare?
First off, Your Honor, my mother passed away when I was 14 years old. She was my best friend. We spent every waking moment together. And after she died, it, left me hurt. I always wanted a daughter, and I promised I was going to take care of her and treat her like my mother took care of me.
Imagine this. While Ms. Bodine was literally in labor with Robin, Mr. Benning received a text from another man claiming, "That's my baby."
It actually happened during labor, Your Honor. I was in the hospital sitting across from Kayla as she was pushing this baby out, and I received a text from a guy telling me to leave the hospital because that's his baby and he needs to be there.
What?
I am in labor, like literally in the hospital, and I received a text telling me that the child that I'm waiting to come isn't mine.
Ms. Bodine swears she DNA tested that other man for Robin, and he was 0% the father. But with her history, can this proof possibly be believed?
How do you know this other guy is not the biological father?
Because, Your Honor, I stood up and did the woman and the mother thing I had to do and got the other guy tested.
And you submitted those results to the court?
Yes, I did.
The results read that the probability of paternity between you and this other guy is 0%.
Yes.
Benning reveals Ms. Bodine cheated with multiple guys, cruelly taunts, "You're not her father," during fights. How many potential dads are really out there for Robin?
Quite a few. First off, their DNA test doesn't mean anything considering the fact that she's cheated on me with more than one person. There could be other guys out there, that's just one,
That's the plot twist.
As well as, Your Honor, anytime that something is wrong, I'm also reminded, oh, you're not her father. As soon as we start to argue, you're not her father.
His agony is palpable as he describes loving Robin, who looks just like his deceased mother, while battling constant calls from other men claiming her.
That little girl right there is my mother come back to be with me.
And
When
she
you
looks
tell me
just
that,
like your
when you
mother.
tell me
She's
she's not mine, it feels like you're taking my mother away from me again. Change her diaper and look at her and play with her, and she's calling me daddy, and there's something in the back of my head saying she might not be. You know, there's a text message on my phone saying it's not yours. There's people calling me on my phone saying I'm her dad.
The results for 2-year-old Robin are finally here. After all the lies and emotional torture, will Mr. Benning discover his dream daughter is biologically his?
When it comes 23-month-old Robin Benning, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
The doubt now tragically spreads to 6-month-old Jermaine Jr., especially after Ms. Bodine spitefully texted Benning himself demanding a paternity test for the baby boy.
You know, texting me, telling me I'm not the father. I even received a text telling me after he was born, which I still went through the whole labor, everything. After that, after all that, I get a text telling me, oh, I want a paternity test for Jermaine too. Like, why would you say that if...
There was a text to you, Mr. Benning, that says, I'm filing papers for a DNA test on Jermaine.
Despite the turmoil, Mr. Benning adores his little man Jermaine Jr., even giving him his own first name. Will this precious boy at least be his biological son?
So, Mr. Benning, I want to ask, were you there for Jermaine Jr.'s birth?
Yes, I was in the hospital.
Did you sign that birth certificate too?
I did sign his birth certificate. He is...
Jermaine Truth Benning Jr.
I hope Jermaine's mine. I really do. It'd be good to know at least one of my kids is mine. Yeah, I'm looking forward to spending all the time I can with him.
The final, incredibly tense DNA results for little Jermaine Benning Jr. are about to be read. Is this devoted man about to face a second devastating blow?
When it comes to 6-month-old Jermaine Benning Jr., it has been determined by this court. Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
I seen another guy coming out the house. Asked her, I said, who is that guy? She say, that's my daddy friend. I said, your dad don't hang around young dudes. So she say, they just work together. It ain't nothing. But the whole time, it was the same guy that's constantly calling my phone and telling me, hey, your baby mama this and that, your baby mama this and that. And I said, hey, how you get my number?
Ms. Chapman is fuming. Mr. Hayes takes care of his new Flames kid, but stiffed their own son, Morris Jr., on Christmas presents. Will this festive favoritism be his undoing?
Do you feel Mr. Hayes needs to just step up and be a father?
Because if he could take care of somebody else's child, why can't he take care of his own child? He's not doing nothing for Maurice Jr. He barely does for Mariah. Like, for instance, on Christmas, he brought Mariah 5 presents. Then bring Maurice Jr. nothing.
Mr. Hayes' groundbreaking paternity theory, he doubts Maurice Jr. because he didn't get any sympathy pregnancy symptoms this time around. Is this medical genius or utter nonsense?
She told me that was my baby, and I took responsibility and moved back in. That's when I started having doubts when he came home. But when I was holding him, I was telling her that I'm not the father. I never had symptoms. You know, I never felt any type of way.
When she girlfriend's pregnant the first time, when she's pregnant the first time.
She came prepared. Ms. Chapman whips out the hospital pamphlet Hayes got, warning not to sign birth certificates if in doubt. Did he read the instructions before playing daddy?
In the state of Tennessee, once you sign the birth certificate.
And it's basically an entire pamphlet with sign the birth certificate. It says parents should think carefully before acknowledging paternity. If either of you do change your mind, you have 60 days to If either parent has any doubts about who the father is, forms should be signed.
His excuse for not challenging paternity within the 60-day limit. He didn't have no job at the time for a DNA test. Will this convenient excuse cost him dearly?
2 weeks. He said he waited till the baby was 2 weeks, said the baby not his. That paper say 60 days. Why did he not write them?
Mr. Hayes, why didn't you rescind your acknowledgement? If you felt in 2 weeks the baby really didn't look like you and you don't remember having the symptoms.
Because when I went to court, when I went to juvenile court, they said that I had to get a DNA.
Facebook fakery? She posts a pic of him with his son. He claims a God blessed me with my son. The post was for their deceased first child. Who's lying now?
What is this, ma'am?
It's a Facebook post that he posted off his page about his son.
That was my first little boy I had about her. That's the one that
That's
died.
December the 11th, 2012.
That's the baby that died.
God bless me with my son yesterday. If he died that day, why you say God bless me with my son yesterday?
This post says, God bless me with my son yesterday.
Plot twist. Mr. Hayes says another man has been calling him, claiming to be Morris Jr.'s real dad and demanding to see his child.
I seen another guy coming out the house. Asked her, I said, who is that guy? She say, that's my daddy friend. I said, your dad don't hang around young dudes. So she say, they just work together. It ain't nothing. But the whole time, it was the same guy that's constantly calling my phone and telling me, hey, your baby mama this and that, your baby mama this and that. And I said, hey, how you get my number?
Amidst paternity doubts, they argue over who buys their daughter designer shoes until Judge Lake explodes about babies needing daddies, not pricey kicks.
I bring shoes and clothes over there every time I got paid. This the witness right here. Every time I got paid, I bring shoes and clothes. You say,
this how she got all the shoes.
Let's get this clear. What shoes?
Pumas. You mean we bought her Joy?
Yeah, Pumas. White Air Force One, baby. I never saw no white Air Force One or black Air Force One. And the one that
All right, it's nothing that gets on my last nerve more than people's baby has, and they don't even have a daddy.
Surprise witness. Mr. Hayes' new baby mama, Ms. Webb, testifies she saw texts on his phone from the other guy asking to see his baby, Maurice Jr.
One day when I had Maurice's phone, I guess the guy she was messing with supposed to be the baby daddy or whoever. He texted the phone and said, can you tell your baby mama, can I see my baby? It was telling him about he was messing with Keisha then to her dad's house. She was going to the club, leaving the club, going over his house.
Ms. Chapman's harsh ultimatum. Mr. Hayes can't see their older daughter, Mariah, 100% his, unless he also takes Maurice Jr., the son he doubts.
So, Ms. Chapman, you've created a condition that he cannot see Mariah, the older child, unless he also take Maurice Jr.
Yes, because he will come and get Mariah things, take her, but leave him with broken promise.
He had doubts, Keisha.
It don't matter why he promised him, I'm gonna come back and get him, I'm gonna come back and get you, Dad.
Mariah, he did.
Well, why he lying for though?
Judge Lake has the envelope that will change everything. Is Mr. Hayes about to be confirmed as Maurice Jr.'s dad, or was his bizarre symptom theory actually on point?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Hayes, you are not the father.
That's fine. He can have his name back.
sex with Raniel first, and I used unprotected sex with Raniel, and I used protected sex with the other boy. But
Your Honor, she's lying. The boy told me that he had unprotected sex with Demiriel several times because he do not like to use protection.
The wife, Ms. Reed, is dragging her husband's mistress, Ms. Austin, to court not just for a DNA test, but also suing her for $5,000 for wrecking her home.
Ms. Reed, you are demanding that Ms. Austin have a paternity test administered on her child. Being the DNA test will prove that your husband is not her baby's father. Additionally, you are suing his mistress, Ms. Austin, in the amount of $5,000 for alienation of affections.
The mistress's ice-cold defense. The wife needs to pay her own bills, and the husband only cheated because his wife wasn't taking care of the home right.
Ms. Austin, you say you are here today to defend your reputation and prove that Mr. Wallace is the father of your child. You argue that you do not owe Ms. Reed anything, and she needs to move on with her life, pay her own bill.
The wife found out about the affair right after she came home from the hospital from giving birth to their second child. She answered his phone, and the mistress chirped, "I'm Raniel's girlfriend."
Ms. Reed, how did you find out about Ms. Austin?
Your Honor, I found out about Mrs. Austin. One day I came in from the hospital from having my second child, and Raniel's phone rang, and I just so happened to answer the phone. And Mrs. Austin, she said, "I'm Raniel's girlfriend."
Plot twist. The other potential father of the mistress's baby is actually the wife's ex-boyfriend, who the mistress is now casually dating. This web is tangled.
Your Honor, how was he the father of her child when there was another man involved?
my ex-boyfriend, the ones who she go with down, I don't know if they go together.
Oh, wait now. Say that again?
Yes, the man that's the other person who they say that is my daughter Muriel's father, her man, then my ex, who that she is dating now.
The mistress, Ms. Austin, proudly admits she started hooking up with the wife's ex purely as a calculated act of revenge to hurt both her and her cheating lover, Mr. Wallace.
I can explain that situation. Out of revenge. At the time, Raniel was cheating on me with her. So I noticed that Demiriel was messaging a boy up on Facebook telling him how she missed him. So how about I get revenge on Raniel and talk to her boyfriend? Yes, I did it to hurt Raniel and I did it to hurt her. And so Raniel, see, it's not okay to cheat on someone and misuse them and tell them you love them, and that's not what you do to someone you love. Cheat on them and you don't misuse them.
Enter the remorseless Casanova himself, Mr. Wallace. He smugly admits to cheating on his wife simply because he was bored in my marriage and has absolutely zero regrets.
You married to Ms. Reed,
Yes.
but you were sleeping with Ms. Austin.
Yes.
You had a baby with Ms. Reed.
3.
You might have a baby with Ms. Austin.
Allegedly.
You busy. You just standing there, Mr. Wallace, like you don't have a piece of remorse in the world. Now, you don't?
No, ma'am.
The condom story is a mess. The mistress says she used protection with the other guy, but the wife claims the other guy told her they had unprotected encounters several times.
I had sex with Raniel first, and I used unprotected sex with Raniel, and I used protected sex with the other boy. But
Your Honor, she's lying. The boy told me that he had unprotected sex with Demiriel several times because he do not like to use protection.
When the judge asks the mistress who she wants the baby's father to be, the cheating husband or her new boyfriend, she just laughs and can't answer.
Baby, do you want it to be your husband?
No, Your Honor.
Or your boyfriend?
I'd rather
Just when you thought it couldn't get messier, another woman, Kendrelyn Roberts, takes the stand, claiming she also has a 5-month-old baby by the very busy Mr. Wallace.
I also have found my old child by Mr. Wallace that he claims he's not father of.
After the wife's $5,000 lawsuit against the mistress gets dramatically tossed by the judge, the DNA results for mistress number 1, Ms. Austin's baby, are finally here.
You have a suit where you are suing Ms. Austin for alienation of affection for the amount of $5,000.
Correct.
Sue for alienation of affection, you have to prove that this woman, young woman, planned to destroy your marriage. I don't see that. It was his free will that started this affair. Are we clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
My judgment is for the defendant.
The courtroom waits for the verdict. With a wife, a mistress, another mistress, and another potential dad in the mix, who is the actual father of this baby?
Comes to baby Demiriel, Mr. Wallace. You are her father.
Told you, dummy.
So you were intimate with Mr. Fernandez on the 1st?
Yes, the 31st, the 1st. Then we got into it. He cheated on me on the 2nd, unlike sex. And then I went out with my friend and did what I did.
The 6th, the 7th, and the 8th?
Yes.
Which is during the window of conception?
Yes, Your Honor.
When were you intimate with other guy when you all fell out?
Like January 5th.
Well, that's the same week.
But he cheated on me on January 2nd.
This man is so furious with his cheating fiancée, he pawned her engagement ring and is now suing her for the $300 loss.
You claim you found evidence that she cheated and another man may have fathered your little girl, Divine. Now, you called off the wedding, pawned the ring, and lost $300.
Her defense for cheating? Oh, he was already a cheater when they met, and she only did it for revenge after smelling another woman all over him.
When we first got together, he already had a girlfriend, so he already was a cheater in the beginning. He cheated with...
I cheated. Why are we here? I didn't cheat. Okay. Why are we here right now?
You did cheat, and that's exactly why I cheated. He comes over, he say he was at the house seeing baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I come in, I kiss him, I smell it. Start kissing him all over. Because I'm like, okay, but I really was smelling him. That's what I was doing.
How did he bust her? He proudly admits he's a big snooper, went through her phone, and found scandalous pics of her with a Gucci Mane-looking guy.
I found out it took weeks of me pressing it out of her. When I came home, it was just me and her there one day. I see her phone. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big snooper, so I grabbed the phone. I paid for the phone, but look, I'm a big snooper. I grabbed the phone.
Put on to make you a
I grabbed the phone, I looked through it, I see her hugged up with a guy, some Gucci Man-looking guy. I don't think he's black, he's just, hey, who is this?
The condom allergy bombshell. He claims they never used protection because she told him she was allergic to latex. Is this her wildest lie yet?
I kept asking her, it was several arguments.
And I wore a condom.
You allergic to condoms, right? But you allergic to it?
But I didn't know him.
So you're gonna eat some food that you allergic to it, but you ain't know him. You ain't know him.
So wait a
minute,
minute,
allergic
Mr.
to
Fernandez, you're saying Butler is allergic to...
She's allergic to condoms, Your Honor. We never use them. I wasn't even aware of this, because we never use condoms.
To the latex material.
To the latex material.
Busted. Under oath, Ms. Butler shamefully admits she is not allergic to latex and lied to Mr. Fernandez just so they wouldn't have to use protection.
Yes. Are you or are you not allergic to latex?
No.
So that was a lie.
That's why we're here, Your Honor, because she's a liar.
No.
She's a liar.
I'm not a liar.
And
I
need
use the
to know
condom.
that's my daughter.
I use the condom.
So you're not actually allergic to latex?
No, I'm not.
Her own calendar of chaos proves she was intimate with her revenge fling and Mr. Fernandez in the very same week, splitting the conception window wide open.
So you were intimate with Mr. Fernandez on the 1st?
Yes, the 31st, the 1st. Then we got into it. He cheated on me on the 2nd, unlike sex. And then I went out with my friend and did what I did.
The 6th, the 7th, and the 8th?
Yes.
Which is during the window of conception?
Yes, Your Honor.
When were you intimate with other guy when you all fell out?
Like January 5th.
Well, that's the same week.
But he cheated on me on January 2nd.
The great look-alike debate rages on. She swears baby Divine is his spitting image. He viciously fires back, "No, she don't. She looks like Gucci Mane."
When I was a newborn and her as a newborn, at the time that I felt, we looked alike.
All right.
Y'all look alike right now. What
Do you have those photos?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Fernandez is a child and Divine is a baby, and you say there's no resemblance.
But as she got older,
Look at the eyebrows. Look at the eyes. Look at the nose.
Your Honor, as she got older, the baby don't look like me. She looks like Gucci Man.
No, she don't.
She looked like the guy that was in that picture.
She admits that in a fit of rage, she spitefully told him, "Yeah, it's not your baby." A comment Judge Lake warns you can never, ever take back.
She told me the baby wanted me.
So, and you, because you always say it's not yours. So,
hold on.
we got an argument.
Let me get to that. What did she say?
She say, when the baby did get conceived,
Okay, because you always throwing in my face.
I went to take the daughter out.
It's Gucci Man baby.
That's
So
not your
first
baby.
one day I'm gonna say, yeah, it's Gucci Man baby, because that's all you
it's not my
say.
baby?
I don't want to keep hearing it's Gucci Man baby. So, of course, I'm going to say, yeah, it's not your baby.
Despite all the gut-wrenching chaos, he tearfully reveals he has baby Divine's name tattooed on him because he loves her so much and just needs the truth.
I still try to be close and bond with baby. I got her name tattooed on me.
So you don't stand off though. Every time you get an attitude,
that this bothers you.
Yes, it bothers me a lot, Your Honor. Every day I think about it. From work, home to everywhere. I just think about it. It's on my mind. I love her. I do love that little girl, you know?
Good.
I just need to know. I need to know.
The courtroom is on pins and needles. Is this man who pawned the ring about to get his heart broken, or is he actually the father of the Gucci Mane baby?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Fernandez, you are her father.
I told you. I know what I'm talking about.
I'm going by the date. I had my due date was January 14th.
Okay.
I had him January 8th. I had sex with Mr. Johnson April 23rd. And May 3rd is just too close.
This teen mom, Ms. Short, is dragging her first love, Mr. Johnson, to court, demanding he step up for their son Jabari after leaving her to struggle alone.
Ms. Short, you and your mother opened your case today because your first love, the defendant, denied-fathered your 21-month-old son, Jabari. You are a single teenage mother who needs help, and you demand Mr. Johnson step up and be a father.
But wait. Ms. Short's own mother admits she knew all along. There was a possibility he may not be the father, and even blocked Mr. Johnson from visiting.
I did stop him from coming over because I didn't want no feelings to get involved, like them to get attached if he wasn't the father, because she did tell them it's a possibility you may not be the father.
The drama ignited when Johnson saw another girl on Facebook and coldly told Short, "I don't want you, I want her." So what did she do next?
Me and Mr. Johnson had sex April 23rd. I seen him on Facebook with another female, and he was like, "I don't want you, I want her." He was talking about the other female. And I was like, he just left. He just left me.
A mere 10 days after he dumped her, Ms. Short had a revenge hookup with another guy because, as she put it, Mr. Johnson don't care about me. Why not?
After that happened, it was May 3rd. I went out to eat with some friends. And that night, I had met the other boy. And this is not my first time meeting him, but this is the first time we ever had sex. I'm like, well, Mr. Johnson don't care about me, why not?
Mr. Johnson was away, whatever that means, and only found out she was pregnant 6 months later. Then his friends started spilling all the juicy tea about the other dude.
I found out she was pregnant 6 months into her pregnancy.
And were you informed that you were the biological father?
Yes, ma'am. She told my mom and dad she was pregnant and I could be the father. So at the time, I'm thinking that the baby's mine. At the end of the day, when I come home from being away, I got her friends coming to me, talking to me about the other dude.
The grandmas go to war. Johnson's mom says Short's mom banned her son from the house. Short's mom claims Johnson is a deadbeat who has babies for trophies.
She didn't come to the baby shower, bought the baby 1 box of Pampers. He bought the baby a small pack of Pampers. It's been a struggle. I've been raising him. I've been doing the best I can. It's very, very expensive. I guess he have babies for trophies. He don't pay child support for none of his kids.
And I didn't go for child
None
support.
of them.
So if this has been very difficult on you.
Ms. Short tries to use her own due date math as proof, claiming her hookup with the other guy on May 3rd was just too close to her April encounter with Johnson.
I'm going by the date. My due date was January 14th.
Okay.
I had him January 8th. I had sex with Mr. Johnson April 23rd. And May 3rd is just too close.
Mr. Johnson was actually there for the baby's birth, but forgot his ID, so he conveniently couldn't sign the birth certificate. Is that the truth or the lamest excuse ever?
Mr. Johnson, were you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
No, Your Honor, I was fin to, but I didn't have my ID at the time to sign the birth certificate.
And he wasn't gonna sign nothing until we found out the truth.
The ultimate bombshell reveal, Mr. Johnson, at just 20 years old, already has 4 other children, making little Jabari potentially his 5th. This kid is a baby-making machine.
Child, how many children do you have?
I have 4. With Jabari, I have 5 in all.
So you got 4 other children.
Yes, ma'am.
And Jabari would make 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I
And you're 20 years old?
The courtroom is on edge. Is 20-year-old Mr. Johnson about to become a confirmed father of 5, or is he finally off the hook for this one?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Johnson, you are the father. Was the time you went back with your ex anywhere near the window of conception?
Okay, so like when I left Robert and I went back to my ex, I had sex with him the same day I went back with him. And I didn't find out I was pregnant until a month later after that. But I had sex both of them on the same day.
After 30 long years of paternity chaos, Ms. Bolyjack is dragging Mr. Smith to court. Her mom, Ms. Common, swears he's the one, but he's not so sure.
Ms. Bolyjack, you and your mother recently appeared in court to help resolve a paternity dispute for your sister. This motivated you to get the answers you've desperately been searching for 3 decades. Your mother has always told you the defendant, Mr. Smith, is your biological father, and you hope today's results prove she's right.
Their so-called summer love ended, she claims, because other women literally wanted to fight her over Mr. Smith. Was he really that much of a prize?
So what was the nature of the relationship? Tell me. Well, you said it was summer love, Miss Common.
But girl, women kept coming up to me telling me that Rob was their man and wanted to fight me over Robert and stuff like that, so I left him.
But then the real tea spills. During their supposed summer love, Ms. Common was also still hooking up with her older, more responsible ex-boyfriend.
And I got with my other older boyfriend
boyfriend, and I told him that he was
First of all,
and I told him that he was the father because he was much older and he was much responsible for taking care of her. But it is a possibility that he's the father.
Because at the time when it was summer love with Mr. Smith,
I was still going back to my ex.
After you got done with him because he was acting up.
Right.
When the summer love turned cold.
Mr. Smith scoffs at her summer love fairy tale, claiming they only had relations about 3 times before she disappeared. So which version is the real lie?
no, it wasn't like that. She lying.
What was it like? If I was horn, who was I horn with? Name one man I was with.
I only hit it a few times. For real. Only a few times.
Well, how many times did we have sex?
About 3 times.
I'm sorry.
About 3 times. That was it.
I just don't want to hear all that. Can we get back?
The one time Mr. Smith did reach out, he called a 12-year-old Lorraine, told her, "I'm your father," then gave her a phone number that was disconnected 2 days later.
Your Honor, I spoke with him once when I was 12. He called the phone. He told me that he was my father. So it's surprising today that he does not have any recollection or anything. When I spoke to him when I was 12, he told me he was my father. He gave me a phone number that I can contact him back on. 2 days later, I tried to contact him. The phone was disconnected.
His pathetic excuse for ghosting his alleged daughter for 30 agonizing years? It's the life I was living out there. I wasn't ready to step up to the plate.
Why did you disappear? Why? You had opportunity. She came to find you to tell you at 1. That would have been before Lorraine could remember all of this. Why? Why did you disappear?
It was, Your Honor, it's the life I was living out there, you know. I wasn't ready to step up to the plate and, have any kids.
The ultimate bombshell. Ms. Common finally admits the truth. She had unprotected relations with Mr. Smith and her ex-boyfriend on the exact same day.
Was the time you went back with your ex anywhere near the window of conception?
Okay, so like when I left Robert and I went back to my ex, I had sex with him the same day I went back with him. And I didn't find out I was pregnant until a month later after that. But I had sex both of them on the same day.
To make this mess even worse, Ms. Common confesses she initially told her ex-boyfriend that he was Lorraine's father, and he was actually there for the birth.
Did you tell the ex that he was father and that you were pregnant?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
So did he take care of Lorraine?
Yes, he did when she was a baby. Yes, he did. He went to the hospital with me. He was there for her.
The courtroom is on pins and needles. After a lifetime of uncertainty, is Lorraine about to find her dad? Or is her real father still out there somewhere?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Smith, you are not the father. I'm very sorry.
For one, when she got pregnant, I found out she was pregnant through a manager at the job. He called me in the office and told me she was pregnant. And I told him the same thing I'm telling her. It's not mine.
Ms. Cousin and her mama are here because Mr. Bell is a 2-timing liar who's denying baby Taquan now that his 6-year relationship has been exposed.
Ms. Cousin, you and your mother say you had no choice but to drag the defendant, Mr. Bell, into court today because you're fed up with his lies. He denies being the father of your 7-month-old son, Taquan, and has even gone to the extreme by block all contact.
Mama Sharonika's proof? She found lunch receipts with 2 combos on them. His pathetic excuse. If she's paying for it, of course I'm going to take the food.
You went out a whole weekend, yeah. And then not only that, y'all had lunch together.
Can't she let her daughter talk?
She wasn't
there.
Room. I go in her room. I found receipt with 2 combos on it. I asked her what the combos for. For him and her. At the end of the day.
2 combos
meal for lunch.
If she paying for it, of course I'm gonna take the food. She paying for it.
The mooching gets worse. Destiny claims she had to cut him off because she cannot pay his phone bill every time I get paid.
Every time I go out to get lunch, he right behind me. What you eating for lunch? Can you buy me something? Meet me downtown. Tell me I cannot pay his phone bill every time I get paid.
When she should have been.
Were you paying his phone bill?
Yes.
His sorry defense, it was just a one-time thing in a car. He says they were never really together because he had to go home to her, his actual girlfriend.
Now you say, yeah, you ate the food because she was buying it. You said, yeah, you slept with her.
Once.
It only takes once, you know that, right?
No.
And so what was the nature of the relationship in your mind?
We met at work. I only seen her outside of work maybe twice. We was never together because I had to go home to her. I was staying with her and my kid.
He claims he found out about the pregnancy from her manager at work. Is this the most bizarre way to get baby news? Or is he just a massive liar?
For one, when she got pregnant, I found out she was pregnant through a manager at the job. He called me in the office and told me she was pregnant. And I told him the same thing I'm telling her. It's not mine.
He swears she told him, I don't want no baby by you anyway, as his proof. She screams back that he's a compulsive liar.
I told my manager, because that's the day that my back was hurt. She said,
And she
you
told
can go.
me the baby wasn't mine. I don't want
Why
no
is
baby by
you-
you anyway.
Wait, he just said that you told him the baby wasn't his.
He's a compulsive liar.
The girlfriend reveals how she busted him. A friend spotted his picture on Destiny's Instagram, where her gushing bio declared, "Oh, I love him, that's the one for me."
I was pregnant with our second daughter. I guess you could say a mutual friend happened to recognize Cortez on her page, like for his pictures and stuff like that. And he asked if Cortez and I were still together. And I was just like, you know, of course. He gave me her name or whatever. I searched for her on Instagram. Of course I'm gonna search. I see Cortez is her profile picture. And I see her bio. She's like, oh, I love him. That's the one for me and stuff like that. So I requested her.
Then Destiny messaged the girlfriend on Facebook, brazenly asking for his mom's phone number because I have his baby over here. The sheer, unmitigated gall.
She messaged me on Facebook and she was like, do you have Cortez's mom number? Because I have his baby over here. At that point, I showed his mom. His mom was like, well, who is that? I found out she was pregnant through the same person.
Judge Lake absolutely loses it, epically blasting Mr. Bell for his little attitude while mooching off a young woman, letting her buy you food and pay your phone bills.
Mr. Bell, I'm getting tired of your side talk, because I'm going to tell you what it looks like. Every time they go to testify, you talking over them, and the only to me is that you don't want me to hear what they're saying because they're telling the truth. I'm about tired of this little attitude you got, because you got a nice girl. But you over there sniffing up at this little girl at work, letting her buy you food and pay your phone bill. Now you here in this courtroom. Don't be mad at nobody but yourself, baby. Nobody.
Judge Lake holds the envelope. Is this two-timing moocher about to be confirmed as the father, or will his long-term girlfriend get the last laugh?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Bell, you are the father.
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
What is your side of this? Please stand, sir. Step up to the podium. Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, you know, so
This grandma didn't just show up. She exploded in, suing for $1,000 because baby Elijah's too white. Is this a courtroom or a Klan rally with better lighting?
Ms. McBirth, you petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove your son, Kakitho Hughes, is not father of Miss Jackson's 2-year-old son, Elijah Jackson. Furthermore, you're suing Miss Jackson for $1,000 for defamation of character because you claim she posted comments on social media.
Grandma McBirth unleashes her unholy trinity of insults for Ms. Jackson. Trash, trouble, and trifler. Can a human being even survive such legendary, soul-crushing shade?
So, Ms. McBirth, why do you believe your son's not the father?
This woman is trouble. She is trouble with a capital T. She, as a matter of fact, I call her the 3 T's. Trash, trouble, and trifling. That's what she is.
Her evidence? Baby Elijah is white as snow, with 0 chocolate detected by her expert eye. Is this woman a geneticist?
A photo of your son and the child in question,
Right.
and you say the child looks nothing like your son.
That baby white as snow. There's no way that could be my grandchild or my son's baby. He has no features like none of us.
Then Auntie Terrell swoops in like a vulture, calling Ms. Jackson a vampire and a mere snack cake. Will the judge order a psych eval for this whole damn family?
This DNA right here has been in our life. She's never was a girlfriend. You are a vampire. You are just a fly-by-night. We didn't know anything about you. He's been in a relationship for 10 years.
In 10 years,
Babies
He's been
by
in a relationship
another
for 2
woman,
years.
and
for 10
those
years.
are my grands.
10 years. So all she basically was for him was a snack cake on the side of his meal.
Thank
there was
you.
nothing more.
Thank you.
Auntie then accuses Ms. Jackson of a police-busted, wild, intimate party, complete with a live Ho in This House serenade. Is this paternity court or Mardi Gras gone wrong?
That's a lie.
First of all, she's a liar because you just had a wild party that got shut down by the police station last week.
Hello.
Oh, ma'am. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did.
Some hoes in this
That
house.
is not true. Yes, it is true. Why is your neighbors complaining about the sex that goes on in your household?
There was no sex going on.
Grandma actually admits her own son's a trifling disaster, but shrugs it off because he's my son. Will her hypocritical nonsense finally make Judge Lake's head explode?
Miss McBirth, I have to ask you, you're very tough on Miss Jackson. Do you have anything to say about your son's behavior?
My son, yeah, I know exactly what type of person he is. He just as trifling as she is. He's a handsome guy. He's my son, and I know what he do.
A photo of her son kissing Elijah makes Grandma gag, literally wanting to throw up. Can her stomach handle the truth bomb that's about to detonate?
When you look at this picture,
it makes me want to throw up.
It seems like your son is kissing the baby. It makes you want to throw up.
It makes me want to throw up. Because it's a
Why?
lie.
For your son to be kissing an innocent child?
Because it's not his.
It doesn't matter, really, if he's showing the child love.
It's not his.
Plot twist supreme. Alleged dad, Mr. Hughes calmly reveals he's biracial because his own father is white. Has Grandma's whole racist charade just spectacularly collapsed?
what is your side of this? Do you believe you are Elijah's father?
I just gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm biracial. My father's white, you know, so.
Now it's Nosebridge Gate. Grandma swears her grandbabies are uniquely bridgeless, but Elijah dares to have one. Is this her smoking gun or just peak delusion?
You don't look like nobody
all
I know.
my grandbabies don't have a bridge on their nose. That little boy got a bridge. Grandchildren all look alike. Every last one.
All
of them.
his kids, all his
So
kids look
wait,
like.
we're looking at the bridge of the nose.
Right.
And you're saying none of those match.
None of those match.
Little Elijah calls other men daddy. Mom blames tall, light-skinned guys in hats. Is this baby just easily bamboozled, or is there a secret daddy army out there?
It was about a month ago. I was coming home from work and I heard her tell another guy who was out in the parking lot. She told him, she said, Cash, come on with daddy. Come with daddy.
I've heard him call other dudes.
Go ahead, Trash. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
She makes it hard on herself based because she throws a lot of doubts in the situation.
Were you having your son Elijah call someone else daddy?
No, ma'am.
The results drop, and Grandma and Auntie unleash a full-blown demonic courtroom meltdown, screaming, "The devil is alive!" What unspeakable horror did that envelope reveal?
And whether Mr. Hughes is the father, Mr. Hughes, you are Elijah's father.
Mr. Pouchot, you are what relation to Mr. Pouchot?
He's
the
my
defendant?
husband.
He is your husband?
Yes, ma'am, I have proof of that.
Ms. Anthony is livid, claiming her ex, Mr. Porcio, has done not a damn thing for their baby. He says it's only because she told him the baby wasn't his.
So, Ms. Anthony, what has Mr. Pouchot done for your child?
Not a damn thing, Your Honor.
Her absolutely wild excuse for lying about paternity? She claims he was in a bad place partying, so she thought it was best for my child to say he wasn't the dad.
I did tell him that the child was not his, but Your Honor, he was not in a very good place in his life. He was partying, and I was partying too, but once I found out I was pregnant, I put all those things aside and did what I had to.
But he says she told him her ex-boyfriend was the father and that she was pregnant before they even met. Who is telling the truth in this convoluted mess?
But
Your
she
Honor.
told me that I wasn't the father.
Later on, I
Told
did
me
tell him he
that
wasn't the father.
her ex-boyfriend was the father, that she was pregnant before she met me.
Their relationship was just a party relationship, but after 25 minutes of pleasure, she says, he vanished, and she's been buying every single diaper ever since.
We had mainly a party relationship, to be honest with you. Like, that's what
true.
our relationship consisted of. Neither one of us were ready to be in a relationship nor have a child.
Were you using protection?
No, Your Honor, we were not. And he was there, so that's why I'm mainly upset. You were there for the 25 minutes of pleasure. Well, it's been 9 months, and I bought every diaper.
Plot twist of the century. She didn't just cheat on him. He cheated on her with his now husband. This is a truly messy modern love triangle.
How did this relationship end, Miss Anthony?
He cheated on me with his spouse now. That is how that happened.
Actually,
And he begged
I
me to
cheated
stay,
on
and
my
I
spouse with you.
Surprise witness. Mr. Porcio's husband, Michael, dramatically takes the stand. What bombshells is he about to drop on his husband's ex-lover?
Mr. Pouchot, you are what relation to Mr. Pouchot?
He's
the
my
defendant?
husband.
He is your husband?
Yes, ma'am, I have proof of that.
The husband's damning testimony is a showstopper. He says Ms. Anthony told him to his face. The baby is not Harold's. This baby belongs to my ex-boyfriend.
I wasn't there, obviously, when they did what they did, but I was told from Miss Anthony herself. My husband had gone away for a couple months. I was holding down things at home. I was holding him down where he was. That is the point where Miss Anthony told me to my face, the baby is not Harold's. I have nothing to worry about. I am not going to pursue this. This baby belongs to my ex-boyfriend.
But wait, there was another man at the hospital who actually signed the birth certificate, who Ms. Anthony tried to convince was the father before he bailed.
So he wasn't present for the birth?
No, he was not, and I feel wrong. I stripped him of that, and that was wrong.
The man that was present for the birth signed the birth certificate.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's who I was told was the father.
So there was another man at the hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he think Matthew was his child?
No, ma'am. He knew the whole time that he was not the father.
That's not what he was posting on Facebook.
The ultimate chaotic confession. The husband accuses her of having a three-way right after her relationship with Harold ended. She calmly admits, yep, you're right, that did happen.
But you cannot take away from the fact that you have openly declared to people that
You're right.
he may not be Harold's child. You have also declared to other people of your sexual trysts before Harold and
Trysts?
after, to include a three-way right after your relationship with my husband.
You're right. Yeah, that did happen.
Boom.
In a heartbreaking turn, Mr. Porcio reveals he was raised in over 40 foster homes and doesn't want his son to ever feel the abandonment he did.
I was raised in foster care. I'm not a dirtbag, and I don't want him to see me as one if he is my child. I've been in over 40 different foster homes. I've been in and out of the system. I don't want that for him. He doesn't deserve that. He didn't ask to be brought into this world.
Judge Lake has the envelope that will change everyone's lives. Will Mr. Porcio be proven the dad, or will his husband get the last laugh in this unbelievable saga?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Pouchot, you are the father.
My father has had numerous of women say that their children was his, and this came to find out that it wasn't true. And back when I was 8, he was working at the sub shop with her. I remember him working there because I distinctly remember getting my ears pierced at 8 years old. And I remember him around in the middle of 93, close to 94, leaving the sub shop.
This adult daughter, Kalina, is hauling her own mother into court. She's accusing her of decades of paternity fraud and is desperate to finally know her real dad.
Ms. Bowman, you've dragged your daughter, Kalina, to court to save your relationship. You admit after years of deception and confusion, you now must prove to her that her actual biological father is Mr. James Stewart, who passed away 18 years ago.
In a truly stunning opening, the mother, Angela, casually admits her own daughters are manipulators, just like me, liars, just like me.
It got to where I found out there was somebody else. I decided to break part from him and move to another job. I needed to get away from him. So I started talking to Mr. Watson. Then I found out after being with him for a while that I was pregnant. And I told Mr. Watson that there was a possibility that it wasn't.
The first epic lie is exposed. Mom Angela told Kalina for 16 years that a man named Mr. Watson was her dad, until a real DNA test proved it was all a scam.
And I was confused because all these years you told me that Mr. Watson was my father. And when I read them, it said that Mr. Watson wasn't my father. And I broke down. And I was just hurt. Why she lied to me for 16 years. I didn't know what to do, so I stopped talking to her for a month and a half.
How did that lie finally unravel? Mr. Watson's new wife furiously told him, "That's your child, you go get them." So he literally stormed over and took Kalina from her mother's house.
At the time, Kalina had just came over to my house. She had just moved in with me. I happened to go to work one day, and Mr. Watson had recently got married. And his wife, she told him, "That's your child, you go get him." So he literally walked up in my house, and yes, he did come in there and take her. I wasn't there.
But how did Mom Angela trick Mr. Watson into believing he was the dad for so long? His own mother takes the stand with the ultimate receipt, a fake DNA letter Angela typed up herself.
She put a letter in my mailbox with a piece of paper saying that James Stewart was not her father. I got a long letter about how my son, Kalina, her feet, his heels, and her. And Kate was born in January. She gave me the letter in February.
This is a letter from February 27th, 1996.
Busted. Under oath, Mom Angela shamelessly admits, "Yes, ma'am, this letter is just a lie." She completely fabricated DNA results to trap Mr. Watson.
Did you put this letter in Miss Watson's mailbox, Miss Bowman?
Yes, I did.
And the letter,
I
too.
I did it because at the time, Mr. Watson, when I got back in a relationship with him, we sat there, we talked and everything. It was all discussed out. It was discussed that Kalina was his daughter.
So you just created this. This letter is just a lie.
Yes, ma'am.
Her pathetic reason for committing this epic fraud? She was in love with Mr. Watson and wanted him to believe Kalina was his so that you could hold on to him.
I did it because I was actually in love with Mr. Watson. And it was, I wanted a child, this is my child. And I lost contact with Mr. Stewart, so I left it alone.
The truth is, you wanted to be with Mr. Watson. Yeah. You loved him. So you wanted him to think that Kalina was his child so that you could hold on to him.
Yes.
The late Mr. Stewart's son is in court to defend his dad's name. He says his dad quit his job with Angela a full year before Kalina was even conceived.
My father has had numerous of women say that their children was his, and this came to find out that it wasn't true. Back when I was 8, he was working at the sub shop with her. I remember him working there because I distinctly remember getting my ears pierced at 8 years old.
And that was in 1993.
93. And I remember him around in the middle of 93, close to 94, leaving the sub shop.
The courtroom is on edge. Is Kalina about to find her father's family? Or will she be left fatherless yet again by her mother's endless, cruel deceptions?
It has been determined by this court that James Stewart and Kalina Bowman are related. We wanted to help you understand whether knock knees are truly hereditary, if this could be any indication as to whether or not Mr. Irvin is or is not Joaquim's biological father. So we are calling on a medical expert. Jerome, can you please escort Dr. Eddie Richardson into the courtroom?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ms. Funzie is furious her boyfriend of 7 years, Mr. Irvin, is denying their planned third baby. She's blaming his meddling sister for all the drama.
Ms. Funzie, you have opened your case to save your family. You are here to prove your 1-month-old baby, Joaquim Irvin, is your boyfriend, Mr. Irvin's biological son. You say you and Mr. Irvin have 2 other children, and you plan to have this third child. You blame his sister for stirring up his ridiculous doubt.
How did this all start? In a 4 a.m. fit of rage and insomnia, he snooped through her phone and discovered she'd spent the night with another guy.
How did you find out she cheated?
One day I couldn't sleep, so here it is 4 in the morning. I seen her sleeping and her phone was right beside her. Some told me to just go through her phone. So I found out that she spent the night at her friend's house with this other guy.
She admits to a one-time revenge hookup because he cheated first. She swears up and down she used protection, but is she telling the whole truth?
You said you cheated. How did you end up cheating?
I cheated the night of my friend's dinner because I had wanted to get revenge for him cheating on me. And then once I talked to the guy and I hooked up with him the night of my friend's dinner, and we had used protection, and I had sex with him one time.
His doubt explodes after seeing the ultrasound paperwork. He and his sister claim Ms. Funzie scribbled over the conception date to hide how many weeks she really was.
When we went to the mobile ultrasound, I wanted to see how many weeks she was, and when she came out with the paper, I couldn't understand the number of how many weeks she was.
Saw the lady hand me the paper off the bus. You parked right out, saw her hand me the paper.
I didn't know if she was pregnant by me or someone else, so I just let it go.
It was simple. I didn't write nothing. That's not my handwriting. The lady's signature on there.
Her bizarre scientific proof that he's the dad, she hysterically claims baby Joaquim has knock knees, just like Mr. Irvin and their other 2 kids.
Do you have any doubt?
No, I don't have any doubt because they look alike. They all have knock knees just like Jordan.
You even submitted evidence to the court, right, about the knock knees. You feel like they got the same? All the other kids, they say they all got the same knees and the same body shape, and you say Joaquim got the same thing.
Yes, Your Honor.
A real medical expert is brought into the courtroom and completely destroys her knock knee theory, confirming it's just a normal part of child development.
Yes, knock knees, it is when the knees point in toward each other, and more technically, when someone stands straight up and there's about a 3-inch gap between their ankles, and they can't put their legs together, but the knees are together. Kids go through this as they're born. They actually can have bow leg and then go into knock knees, and then they straighten up by the time they're 6 to 8 years old.
The bombshell letter. The court reads a shocking statement from the other man, who says they had relations 3 to 4 times with no condom in Irvin's own car.
We eventually got each other's phone numbers and started texting. She told me about the things that was going on between her and Jordan. We had sex in Jordan's car. Did use protection.
Fake page. Jordan.
Why is you lying to me?
Jordan, I'm not lying to you.
If this not my baby, I'm through with this relationship.
That's fine.
Caught in a web of lies. After swearing it was just a one-night stand, Ms. Funzie is forced to admit on the stand that it was actually more than one time.
Ms. Funzie, is there something that you just need to tell the court and be honest about?
It's gonna tell the truth.
So was it just a one-night stand?
No.
Or did you have sex with this other man more than one time?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was more than one time, or it was a one-night stand?
It was more than one time.
You go get it. You lied.
Mr. Irvin's sister has a complete breakdown in court, sobbing at Ms. Funzie. Just be honest. Hey, I messed up. That's it.
I saw you, Miss Irvin, you started to cry. What made you so upset?
Because they've been together for so long. Just be honest. Hey, I messed up. That's it. It's up to Jordan to accept it, whether it's his child or not. Your name on the birth certificate, why not? I ain't gonna question her motherhood. She a good mother to her children.
Judge Lake delivers an epic lecture on intimate revenge, telling Ms. Funzie, we women, we lose that game because we end up pregnant.
Miss Funzie, we lose that game. We lose that. I don't understand when women are gonna ever get this. We need a Facebook post about this. Tit for tat, sexual revenge. We don't win that game. And we do this tit for tat thing and we lose because we end up pregnant.
Judge Lake has the envelope that will settle this cheating chaos. Is Mr. Irvin the father, or will his 4 a.m. phone snooping be spectacularly vindicated?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Winfield.
I know what I told you. I knew it wasn't his baby. But
Jordan,
when
hold
I
on.
went to the hospital.
I am ready to hear from Mr. Santavius Knight myself. Jerome, please escort him into the courtroom.
Hold on, what y'all thought?
Mr. Jordan claims Ms. Heim totally tricked him into signing the birth certificate, even brazenly lying that the other potential dad already took a DNA test that came back negative.
Mr. Jordan, you claim the defendant tricked you into signing her daughter's birth certificate and being a daddy. But 2 years later, you were told that another man is her biological father. You opened your case because you want DNA proof you are not the father so you can get your name removed from the birth certificate.
Ms. Heim casually admits she slept with another man, one time, right when the baby could have been made, but then ridiculously insists she magically just knows Mr. Jordan is the father.
He's a great father, and I only had sex with one man when we were together. I had sex with him one time, but we've been messing around for 7 years, and I never became pregnant. I met Chris, and all of a sudden I came pregnant. But I know that Chris is the father.
But how if you had sex with the other guy?
He's the
The truth bomb finally dropped when a family member, in the middle of a screaming match, viciously blurted out to Mr. Jordan, "Why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?"
This is where it goes wrong. Her and the family member gets into like an altercation or whatnot, like an argument. It wasn't even an altercation, it was an argument. And it was like they started like throwing dirt on each other, you know what I mean? So she said something about this family member's in front of this family member's boyfriend or whatever. So the family member turned around and was like, "Well, why you ain't told Chris that he's not Caitlin's dad?"
Then came the damning proof. Shocking photos of the other guy, Santavius Knight, cuddling baby Caitlin, topped off with his bold social media post, "Me and my baby Kate."
You can say whatever, but as she was saying it, she pulls out the phone and she started showing me I could pull it up. I ain't gotta lie. It's what the family member tells me. And I'm like, that of the other guy and my daughter, you know what I'm saying, like having moments together or.
So this is another one posted up,
It's
and this
me
is
and my
from
baby
Santavius Knight, and it reads, "Me and my baby Kate."
Ms. Heim's pathetic excuse for Caitlin being on the other man's lap? Messy family members during weekend drop-offs, before she reluctantly admits she took her there that one time.
So what was Caitlin doing on his lap?
My family members are messy, so when I drop her off on the weekend, I don't know what they do.
Your Honor, I object. My thing is, what your family members got to do with my daughter on another man's lap?
Did you take her over there?
That time I did on that couch.
Surprise. The other potential dad, Mr. Knight, confidently struts into the courtroom, ready to declare to everyone that he believes little Caitlin is his baby.
I am ready to hear from Mr. Santavius Knight myself. Jerome, please escort him into the courtroom.
Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished.
Mr. Knight then unleashes another bombshell. Ms. Heim allegedly told him, "It's not Chris, you touch me and I get pregnant," and even promised to fix the birth certificate later.
She told me when she got pregnant, she like, "I'm pregnant." I'm like, "What you telling me for?" She like, "Well, it's not Chris, cause me and Chris been together a year and a half, and we ain't got pregnant. Soon you touch me, I get pregnant."
No, he's lying.
She told me to do with my baby. She said, "I'm pregnant." I said, "What you telling me for?" She said, "Cause it's young. Telling me I love you when you get home. I let somebody else sign a birth certificate. I'm gonna fix it when you get home. Did it and third." I'm like, "Okay, say no more."
Busted again. Both Mr. Jordan and Mr. Knight reveal Ms. Heim tried to get them each to come over to her house just a month ago, cause her new dude tripping.
Through your family members?
That's a lie. She just tried to get me to come over a month ago. They tried to get me over to come smash that a month ago.
You said she just tried to get you to come over a month ago?
To her house.
Told me that
Yes,
same
Mr.
thing too, Your Honor.
How I know where you stay.
What did she say?
Hey, I need somebody to come over here and stay with me because you know my new dude tripping and yada, yada, yada.
Exactly.
Now, for real.
After Judge Lake furiously calls out her constant smirking and pathological lies, Ms. Heim finally cracks, tearfully admitting she didn't grow up with her own dad.
Did you grow up with your dad?
Mm-mm.
You just fine. I wasn't gonna let you stand up here and have a smirk on your face like this was a game. Because you're the mother of a beautiful little girl and you know she deserves more, and now why you know she deserves more is because you also deserve more and you didn't get it.
Judge Lake has the fateful envelope. Is Caitlin's father Mr. Jordan, the man who lovingly raised her, or Mr. Knight, the other lover she kept on the side?
It has been determined by this court. The biological father is Mr. Jordan.
I can tell you how big his winker is. It's pretty small.
No, it's not. I could tell you plenty of times.
It's about
I've
that
known him
big.
for 7 years.
It's
no,
about that
definitely
big.
not. Definitely not. And don't you dare tell him about his penis.
Mr. Webb's truly wild defense is one for the ages. He swears he's not the father of baby Majestic because he never had intimacy with her, Your Honor.
Mr. Webb, how can you be so certain you are not this child's biological father?
I never had sex with her, Your Honor.
Well, that would rule you out.
She fires back that he's a liar, claiming he stayed with her for 2 months and they definitely hooked up after a long night of partying.
I know for a fact the dates line up, and I know he stayed with me for 2 months, and he slept in my bed with me for one night, and we had sex April 11th.
His version of events? He only stayed for a week, slept on the couch, and says the most intimate they ever got was taking a forced bathroom selfie together.
You were never intimate with her in any way.
I never stayed in her bedroom. I stayed out on the couch.
That's a lie.
And on top of that, I was only there for a week and a week and a half.
He ain't like that.
Your
You'll
Honor,
see.
the worst that we've ever done is take a picture, and she was already in the bathroom. She had called me in there. When I walked in the bathroom, she said cheese and took a picture before I could even say anything.
But wait, the girlfriend Aubriana takes the stand and says Ms. Cole actually called her to brag that she was sleeping with him. Who is lying in this mess?
I've known him for 7 years, and he is not like that at all. And you
Yeah,
called
he
me,
does.
and you called me with his friend telling me that he was there 3 weeks and you guys were having sex and blah, blah, blah. At first, I did believe that.
Then comes the ultimate bombshell. Ms. Cole finally admits there is another possible father in the picture. So her 100% certain claim was a total lie.
I've been trying to figure out
There's
the
one
last
reason
year.
why I'm here.
Her
To
dad
know
is.
for sure he's the dad, because I did have another partner. It was a month.
The girlfriend gets absolutely savage, declaring that baby is white. He is dark. Ms. Cole weakly defends that she's part Puerto Rican, but is this a clue?
Look, she looks just like him.
That baby's white. He is dark.
I'm sorry, but I'm Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Ms. Cole's story completely unravels. She was for certain that the other guy was the dad, until her due date mysteriously changed by a whole month.
I was for certain that the other guy was the dad until my due date got changed a month ahead, which would make him the dad. It went from February 22nd to January 28th.
His girlfriend absolutely loses it, jumping to her man's defense and screaming, "No, it's not, definitely not," defending his honor and his size to the entire courtroom.
I can tell you how big his winker is. It's pretty small.
No, it's not. I could tell you plenty of times.
It's about
I've
that
known
big.
him for 7 years.
It's
no,
about that
definitely
big.
not. Definitely not. And don't you dare tell him about his penis.
Judge Lake has the envelope. Will Mr. Webb's "we never did it" defense hold up, or is he about to be confirmed as the father with the allegedly small winker?
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Webb, you are not her father.
Oh! Yeah! You're crazy! You need to go to a mental hospital!
Now give me the dates now.
Josiah's birthday is August 18th of 2015. Me and my ex stopped dating a week before Thanksgiving of 2015, which was the 23rd through the 29th.
You with Mr. Cherry?
Yes.
And then you were with the ex
the week before Thanksgiving.
So that's the 16th through the 22nd. Well, that's too close for comfort.
This toxic 9-year relationship has finally imploded. He denies their third child, Josiah, claiming their entire history is built on straight lies.
Ms. Walton, you say your 9-year relationship, your high school love is in jeopardy because he denies fathering your 1-year-old son, Josiah. Cherry, you really have doubt.
Yes, I do. I do have doubts because throughout our relationship, it's been just straight lies, So I just want to be here to let her know that everything that's been going on in our relationship is just lies.
Their relationship philosophy is a complete disaster. She proudly declares, "He cheated, I cheated. If he lied, I lied. Do unto others as you want unto you."
So you said you did what you wanted to do and she did what she wanted to do. Does that mean you all were dating other people and seeing other people?
If he cheated, I cheated. If he lied, I lied. Do unto others as you want done to you.
It was pretty much fighting fire with fire.
So you all were in a tit for tat.
Yes.
He cheated first.
The conception timeline is an absolute mess. She admits she broke up with her other ex just 1 week before her romantic Thanksgiving Day hookup with Mr. Cherry.
2013, I had met my ex, and we were together up until the week before Thanksgiving of 2014. I didn't get conceived with Josiah until the week of Thanksgiving. We ended up having sex. That's when my son was conceived. But when my son was conceived, I had stopped messing with my ex a week before. So ain't no possibility that that is
Her truly wild defense for the overlap? She claims she used protection with the ex, but not with Mr. Cherry, because if she uses one with him, then she's questioning him.
Were you and your ex using protection, Miss Walton?
Yes. Now, with Mr. Cherry, I don't use protection. I don't think I need to. If I do, I'm questioning him. But for my ex, I did use protection, so it's no possibility that Josiah is his son.
The calendar of chaos proves the conception window for Josiah overlaps with both men. Judge Lake declares the timeline is just too close for comfort.
Josiah's birthday is August 18 of 2015. Me and my ex stopped dating a week before Thanksgiving of 2015, which was the 23rd through the 29th.
You with
Lies.
Mr. Cherry?
Yes.
And then you were with the ex
the week before Thanksgiving.
So that's the 16th through the 22nd. Well, that's too close for comfort.
His bombshell evidence is insane. He snooped on her friend's Facebook and found frantic messages from 2 a.m. of her friend telling the other guy, "Come get me," from his place.
The late night pickups. I'm at home with the kids. This is what I get. She's coming home, and these are the messages that I have. It's 1:55 in the morning. When I come home, she's supposed to be there, but she's not. But I'm at the house with the kids. This is from her friend's Facebook account.
And then it said 1:55 a.m. come get me. 1:57, where you at? 1:59, come pick me up.
From his place.
From his place.
Yes.
She shamelessly admits it was her at another man's house at 2 a.m. Her pathetic excuse? Why should I be faithful to somebody that's not faithful to me?
Ms. Walton, where is his place?
Probably at his house. And at that time, he was cheating too. So why should I be faithful to somebody that's not faithful neither, Jan?
Despite his intense, swirling doubts, he was there for the birth, cut the umbilical cord, and even signed the birth certificate because he felt it was his responsibility.
If it wasn't his son, why sign the birth certificate? Why be there? Why
was a
cut
head
his umbilical
father.
cord? Why leave my son on to that being your son and then...
So wait, he cut the umbilical cord?
I cut the umbilical cord. I was there at the hospital. I was there through all the
Held him,
pregnancies.
all
I was
that.
through there through
Rubbed my
OBGYN.
swollen, all that.
I was there.
There.
Throughout the whole 9, I was there.
Her final, absolutely shocking threat before the results are even read: "When he start cheating, I'll probably call him the ex back." This toxic cycle will never end.
Are you still in touch with the ex, Miss Walton?
No, he's out of sight, out of mind, Yana.
What does that mean?
When he start cheating, I'll probably call him back.
I mean...
Judge Lake has the envelope that will settle this high school sweetheart disaster. Is Mr. Cherry the father, or was Ms. Walton's revenge more successful than she thought?
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Cherry, you are the father.